I have some explaining to do. Let's just jump right into it. Let's not beat around the bush. Why am I making this video? I am making this video because a lot has gone on, a lot has changed, and I haven't uploaded any of it. I just wanted to sit here and talk with you guys because I truly need to get everything out, put it all in a video, and kind of start from square one and get comfortable. That's the thing. I want to get comfortable again. I want to get comfortable to get back into content creation, which has always been something that I wanted to do. So first, let's just start off with this channel. I made this channel back in 2020, but I have a channel that's even older, maybe in like 2013, I don't know, or maybe even 2012, where, you know, I would make videos. It was like back in like 6th grade. I loved making videos where, you know, I would be goofing off, dancing, making skits, and overall just playing games, having fun. I would make content for my friends, and I truly care about my friends so much. I cared about them then, and I care about them now, where I would make content for, you know, people to enjoy. Overall, I just always wanted to make content for people to enjoy, people to smile, people to laugh. I just want to be people's day brightener, you know? Like, I just want to brighten people's day. I want people to have fun. And, you know, so I made many videos on my channel, my old channel especially. That's what I'm really speaking about when it comes to really old content. You know, I made vlogs, I did challenges, you know, had like a Nerf war, you know? So it was overall so fun, and that is something that I want to continue to do as an adult. I would say that I want to continue to do that. I want to continue to have fun. I want to continue to explore. I want to continue to have people kind of see my life. I'm just an average guy who just wants to vlog, but I want to share my life because at the same time as my life has highs and lows, you know, I want people to be able to see some of that, you know, to a certain degree. Obviously, I'm going to have my own little barriers and pick what I update and upload and all that. But at the end of the day, I just want to have fun. And that's how I need to be. I need to be back in my creative bag. I really need to get back into the groove of things, get back into the move and mojo of everything, and get back into content creation. This channel I made back in 2020. I've made a couple of videos that I did enjoy, and you know, I did take them down just because there was maybe people that I no longer wanted in my videos, in the sense of not anything out of like, you know, ill intent or I have any disassociation with them people. Like, there was like, I worked for my neighborhood, and I vlogged in my neighborhood. So there would be like, you know, the children that like I grew up with, like, you know what I'm saying, they were in the videos, and they could be like many years younger than me, but they wanted to be in the video, and they were. But, you know, I don't want them having those videos out there of them, even though they weren't doing anything crazy. They were literally beating me up in one video, then talking trash about basketball and hooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a 1v1, but I had to take those down. Also, my family was in a couple of my videos. I don't want to really upload many videos about my family. I kind of want this to be more related to me. Only reason why I do that is I just personally feel more, I would say I kind of like the idea of kind of keeping my family, my relationships separate from the internet. But at the same time as my friends, that's my family. My friends have been vocal about wanting me to get back into content creation and how they are completely comfortable with me vlogging. And the only reason why I always tell my friends, like, hey, like, the reason why I don't want to make any videos or have to vlog everything is because, like, you know, I just don't feel comfortable. Like, I'm always trying to be prepared for the worst. So I just always don't feel comfortable with the idea of putting them out there and they're not into content creation, or I do something bad and I get canceled. I don't want them syncing with me. I don't want to have anybody syncing with me. And do I feel like I'll do anything that'll get me canceled? I hope not, but nowadays, you don't know what can get you canceled. But for me, I just never liked the idea of people can sync with me if I did sync. So that's the reason why there's no videos up. So this will be one of my first videos. And to think that I have not uploaded a video since September of 2023, that is very criminal. I definitely want to get into it, kind of explain why that is the case. I want to break down a little bit of 2023, 2024, 2025 to you, because I want you guys to understand why I have been away from the camera. So if I do get emotional, which I don't plan on it, I don't plan on letting any topics touch or pull any heartstrings of mine. It has been a pretty up and down journey, and I'm going to try to explain it to you guys as simple as I can, and without leaving out important details, but leaving out certain details that I feel like, you know, are up in the air. So for me, let's go back to 2023, summer of 2023. I think I entered a relationship. I was in a relationship in 2023. It was a good relationship. I'm not here to, you know, talk much about that relationship. The relationship did end in March of 2024. Only thing I'll say about it is it was kind of like more of like a break, not like a real breakup, but like it was kind of like in a sense still a real breakup, because it was just like, hey, let's take a little bit of time for ourselves, figure out what the hell we want to do in the sense of like, you know, career, life, and everything like that, and we gonna get back into the swing of things. That was no longer the case. Come around summer, I'm gonna just leave it at that. That happened. I think actually like in the midst of like June, like March and June. So that's when like it was basically like the break era. I was also trying to get into the police academy. I was also trying to be a police officer at the time. One of my many career adventures, trying to be a police officer. So I was going through the training of that, and that's what I also really wanted to focus on. I really wanted a clear state of mind. That's the reason why I also wanted a break, was I planned on being a police officer, but I also felt like I just really wanted to focus on me while I do that with no distraction. Basically, that happens. You know, I did pretty good on my physicals thing. I think I failed one test. It was the sit-up one. That sit-up one, yo, ate me up because I don't work out, and that's why I needed to try to get focused and get into, was working out, getting fit, getting everything right. So basically that happened. So I took that as a sign of like, you know, let me not jump into that, because I also feel like I have such a kind soul that I don't think I could be put in many situations where it's fight or flight. I feel like stress can do a lot to me, and it can make me physically ill. So I don't think that that job is right for me. And that is okay to come to that conclusion. That happened. Then a situation happened with my father that has, like, you know, that really caused me a lot of pain and a lot of hurt. And it wasn't like he did anything to me directly. It was just he had something going on that really hurt my heart. I, you know, just had to stay in high hopes. So what happened was, it was like the timeline of 2024 was a breakup, my dad, like, you know, his situation, which like those two things back to back really hurts and can do a lot to somebody. Then I think my uncle passed away at the beginning of the summer. Yeah, one of my uncles passed away. I don't think him and my mom were too close. You know, that was my mom's brother. So, you know, we had to find a way to get her up to New York, because I wasn't able to, you know, get her up to New York at the time, because like I have a job, you know. So I had to get her up to New York for that. We continue on throughout the summer. I think a month and a half goes by. My mom lost another one of her brothers. This one hurt. This one hit a little bit more to the, like, this one really hurt a little bit. Like, I don't explain it. It's like I'm trying to not sound like I was overly hurt, but it did hurt, because this was an uncle who lived with us for a little bit, and you know, he was a funny uncle. Like, I love him. Not trying to get too much in it, because I can already feel it's pulling a couple of strings, but that's how I'm going to put it, because I can feel my face getting sensitive. So that's how I'm going to put it. Alright, recompose myself, basically. So that happens. Then I think September rolls around. September or late August rolls around. You know, really needed to focus on myself. Like, there was like a couple of people that I would like speak to and go on dates with and hang out with, and I was just like, you know, I really need to focus on me, or like really not try to be in a relationship. At the same time, I was still keeping an eye out. I'm on an app. Somebody stumbles upon my profile. I would say that, you know, everything was going well. It was fun getting to know each other. Then I would say we officially started dating November 3rd. And this is where I say that the most hectic 48 hours of my life comes in to play. November 3rd, officially start dating. November 4th, I have a job interview at the place that I'm currently working at, which was only about less than 10 minutes away from where I lived at the moment. That next day, November 4th, have a job interview. I get it. Literally first day, I go in, meet my two managers. You know, they were like, hey, scan him in the system. I like him. You know, take his ID, scan it, boom, get a job. Have work later that day. Head to work, let my manager know, like, hey, I did get the job, so I am letting you know that, you know, I will be departing, you know, in the next couple of weeks. I did that. Mind you, I worked for my neighborhood. What happened was I went to work, I would say like maybe a couple hours into my shift. I'm trying to like remember, so my apologies, and I also got thrown off because I don't know if you guys can see, there's a cat here. Her name is Hazel. Hazel, you want to say what's up to the cam? Hey, no, she don't like being picked up. But don't mind if you see Hazel. She's doing her thing. You know, my boss calls me into the office, and I'm like, okay. And he was like, hey, just letting you know that there's a moving truck heading over to your apartment tomorrow. And I was like, what? A moving truck? I was completely shocked, completely stunned. I didn't know what the hell was going on. What I'm hearing is, you know, I'm getting booted out the apartment. There's a slew of details that I feel like are still missing from my knowledge that, you know, I'm just not going to share, what is that word called? Theories on what or whatever the heck happened. Basically that happened, and, you know, me and my mom, you know, we went into panic, basically started packing up the whole apartment, you know, because for me, a person who didn't know a damn thing, I hear that I basically have to pack up 15 years in that specific apartment, maybe 15. I don't know if it was 15. Might have been a little bit more, maybe 17 years. However long, just know it's more than a decade in that apartment. Like maybe like 19 years in that whole entire apartment complex, or maybe even 18 years spent of my life in that whole entire apartment complex. Hearing that I had to pack up my apartment, 24 hours of a notice for me. It hurts. Got the ball dropped, you know, like just boom, hit to the chest. Like imagine hearing you got a relationship, you are in a brand new relationship, literally a day old. You got a brand new job, not even a day. And then you also hear you have to move. And you don't know where the fuck you are going. You really don't. You really don't. But it does a lot. Like it does a lot, so much on the mental. You know, I just had to really like, you know, pick myself up by the bootstraps and carry on, because also at the time I was taking care of my friend's dog. I was literally taking care of my friend's dog for maybe like 8 months or 7 months, going on 8 months. It was only supposed to be like 1 to 2 months. Now mind you, I love the dog, so I didn't care to, you know, have that dog in my care. I loved her. She was an amazing dog. I really wish I could have kept her in that situation especially, and I know my mom really wanted to keep her. But we basically had to pack up everything. The moving truck got there later than expected in terms of like being able to try to get everything out before a certain time. Now fast forward to the 12th, we officially move out the apartment because, you know, we had to have the law enforcement give us a week extension to get everything moved, because it's pretty darn difficult to tell somebody to pack up all their belongings in one day. So we got it to a week. It was a very stressful day. It was a very stressful week. It was a very stressful month. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up. Like Thanksgiving is around the corner. So basically we had to stay at a hotel. I had to start my new job. It was a new adventure. Basically, the thing is that thankfully, you know, the great people that just have entered my life via this new relationship let me know that I have a place to stay. They're such great people, and they were taken back by what happened to me, and I was taken back by what happened to me. And you know, I live in New Hampshire. You know, it's a lovely place, but it's definitely a change in the sense of like I'm moving even further from where my family is. And my family, they live in New York City, majority of them. My mom and my little brother had to move down to Georgia with my sister. So I was basically left up here with my brother, me and my older brother. But me and him, we don't really talk too much. You know, we're grown adults. So basically it was like I was left up here with no family. That is scary. That was so scary. It was extremely stressful. And the thing was, like, literally in between the time span of like moving everything and getting out, I was literally trying to function as if life was normal, and it was not. It was not normal, but I made sure that I had to compress and, you know, just put all the stress to the utmost, like, furthest part of, like, being able to, like, show any effect on me. And I would say, you know, like, I even went to, like, a birthday party in the midst of the moving because, like, I just couldn't let myself down. I couldn't let myself, you know, sit there and soak and just drown in sadness and anything of that sort, because of course I'm sad, but at the same time I make sure that I always have something to look forward to, and I feel like that truly helps. Like, I had things to look forward to, and you should always know that as a person. Just always know, no matter how bad a situation is, no matter how deep, you know, something hits you, just know you always will have something to look forward to. So, you know, I made sure that I continued to function like normal. Obviously, you know, I'm spending a lot of my days packing, but at the same time, like, I just had to keep moving forward and keep rolling with the punches, keep going and keep going. that's how life has to be. You know, we're gonna have our highs and lows, and me going through all of that made me realize that I truly need to stop letting such little minuscule things get in the way of what I want to fucking achieve. Like, I truly need to stop that. And I always come up with fucking excuses on why I can't do this, or why I stop doing that, or why, like, I just need to stop. I truly do. And like, another thing that caused me to not upload as much was that I would record videos. There are probably like in between like 20 to 50 videos that I've recorded and got to editing, or never even made it to editing, and I just never uploaded it. All because I was beating myself up when I was editing. I was like, I don't like the video no more. I don't like this idea. I don't want to upload that. And I always cared about like how people may perceive the video, and it's like, I need to stop. I just need to create art. I just need to upload. I just need to be me. And that's who I'm gonna be. Is I just need to be me. I just need to be me, truly, 100%, not give a fuck what other people think. That 2024 situation made me realize that. That 2024 as a year made me realize that. That made me realize that I can't let little things get in the way anymore. I gotta enjoy life. I gotta have fun. I gotta keep pushing. And I can't let anything get in my way of that. So once again, to get back on the point, I had something to look forward to. I have at the time of like, you know, making the decision of, do I go down to Atlanta or do I stay up here? New job, new place, and everything of that sort. And I ultimately chose not to go down to Georgia because I just got a new job and I just started a new relationship. I know that the sacrifice was going to be how much time I could spend with my family. I knew that that was a sacrifice, but you know, ultimately, like, knowing that you have a new job and that's going to pay well and get your life on track, because that was my goal, was to get my life on track and make sure I get a big boy job, you know, something that's full-time, something that pays well. And that's what I was looking for, and I got that opportunity off of the first try. It was literally like 1 out of 2 dealerships that I applied to, or 1 out of 3, and they were the only ones that asked me for an interview, and I get the job on the spot. It was just like, I couldn't pass that up. And I have a brand new relationship. I definitely couldn't pass that up. It was their first relationship, you know? So imagine getting into a relationship and then one day later the person that you're in a relationship with is like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta move. Yeah. It was nice knowing you. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I feel like that would be such a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, you know, just kind of like, I would say, like, that could taint somebody. You know what I'm saying? That can like taint, like, that can mess people up a little bit. I think it would mess me up. That's why I didn't do it, you know? That was 2024. 2025 rolls around, you know, continued to work throughout that whole entire year. My relationship is still going strong, and we're going to keep going forward. We went to Canada for our 1-year anniversary, so that was my first time out the country. And went to Florida, I think, too, in May of 2025. There is so much to look forward to. There's so much I need to do. There's so much I just want to enjoy, and I'm going to continue to do that. Nothing will stop me, and I know that now. Nothing will stop me, and I can't let myself stop me. That's the thing. I let so many outside entities impact my thought process on my YouTube, or how I feel about my YouTube, in the sense of like, I don't want to upload anymore. I didn't like how I recorded the video. I'm done. I'm done. Because when I really think about it, at the end of the day, those things aren't impacting how I upload YouTube videos. I am impacting that. I am doing that. I'm doing that to myself. It's like self-sabotage. And I can't do that. I can't sabotage myself. What I always done in the past in these videos where, you know, I return was, hey, I will say I'll upload weekly. I'll upload daily. I'll upload monthly. I'm not promising anything. Only thing I will promise is that everything that I upload from here on out, I will stand behind it. I will stand behind it. That's really about it. And what I mean by I'll stand behind it is I won't let myself get in the way of uploading it, and I won't let anything else get in the way of uploading it or keeping it uploaded. Whatever I upload, I felt was appropriate. Once again, I'm human. I will fuck up. I will mess up. I will make mistakes. I may not edit something out. I may not do XYZ. I may do XYZ. All I know is I'm human. There will be mistakes. But at the end of the day, I am going to do what I need to do, recording my videos. I'm going to get comfortable with the camera out, have a new camera. So this is my first video with it. So ultimately, let me know how you liked it. I only changed a little bit just because for me, I just wanted something new, and hopefully that'll motivate me to keep uploading. You know, that I spent money back into this YouTube game, and hopefully this tool will help me. We have a lot to go over. This year is going to be fun, and I'm going to vlog. Not everything will be recorded on the camera, but I'll try to get most things. I have a GoPro, so I can try to get some hidden shots, you know, and I have a smartphone. There is no excuse why I'm not recording or uploading content anymore. I have no excuse as to why I'm not uploading. I have all my devices. They all have a purpose. We have the tools. It is time to put that shit together and make art. Let's get back into it. We will. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really would mean the world if you drop the like and you subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to say, you know, hit the bell icon. I'm not going to do that to you. If you want to hit the bell icon, please do. Thank you so much if you listened to this whole entire video. I truly appreciate it. Just know there will be a next video. I will give you guys that at least. There will be a video. We'll talk soon. Okay? Peace out. Ooh, I hope this camera did good. Oh, lordy lord.